Okay. Um, Most of the people that probably watch my stream aren't awake at this time. That watch it live, they probably aren't awake at this time. And I probably won't have anybody in here, I don't think. But right now I'm just kind of in the mood to figure out how to make reusable components in Angular, because I know of like NG4, but I don't exactly know how to use it. So yeah, it's gonna be a learning experience for sure, and we'll see what happens. But yeah. Let me go ahead and transition over. I'm facing this problem right here because I had it in my code. I don't know why that's there. I had it in my code to do the ng4 loop, but I'm getting this error and I don't know exactly how to do it. I don't know if they deprecated this. I don't know if they deprecated this in Angular 17 or 16 or something. I don't know. But we'll see. I have this video queued up here in YouTube. It's from the Angular team, and if not, I'll try to find another video. But hopefully this can steer me in the right path of what to use, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make this, sorry if what I'm saying is like going really fast or I'm not making too much sense, but what I'm trying to do is do this, but my data is right here. It's hard coded, but it's coming from right here. I'm trying to figure out how to at least use this hard coded data to do something with that. But as of right now, it's not showing up. I'm not sure if I have to like reload it or something. Oh, never mind. We're here.
Hey friends, welcome back. In Angular, the core part of any application is the use of components. Components in Angular have three parts. The component class, written in TypeScript, provides developers a place to build their application logic. Consider this to be the place where one may make API calls for data or define event handlers, for example. A component also has an HTML template. The template is where we define the user interface for the component. We can write this in the component class if it's a small template, or for more complex templates, we can include them in their own HTML file. The final part of the component are the styles. The Angular CLI supports authoring styles with Sass, Less, or plain CSS. The styles we write for our components are scoped to our components. Similar to the component template, component styles can be included inline within the component class or written in their own separate file. In this course, we'll keep the styles in a separate file. Now, let's take what we've just learned about components and apply it to our application. This application can be built up from multiple components. First, there's the header with the homes-app logo that will appear on all of the pages. Now, we don't need to make this a component. We can add it to the app component template and just leave it there. Next, there's the case of the search box and the search results. Since these two parts of the application are only shown together on the home page, we're going to keep these two together in their own component called home components. Components can be nested and used inside one another. Now, the housing locations, which display photo, name, and location, seem like another opportunity to create a component. The styles and structure will be the same, but the data will be different. We'll create a component for this called housing location component and use it in the home component. If things are a little unclear about the approach, don't worry because we'll do this one step at a time. You got this. Let's get started with the header. In app.component.ts, we'll remove all the placeholder code that we started with and replace it with a main tag. We'll then add a header tag.
Wait a minute. What? Wait, whoa. Is that? Wait. Okay. Okay.
Tag as a child with the class brand-name. As a sibling element, add an image tag with the class brand-logo. The source attribute set to the value /assets/logo.svg, and we can't forget the alt text. Set that to logo. Since this is a logo and it is purely decorative, we'll also add the ARIA hidden attribute and set the value to true. Saving app.component.ts and reviewing the content in the browser will reveal our logo, but the styles have not been applied just yet. We'll get there. Let's move on to the home component that we discussed that will contain the search bar and the search results. To create a component, we'll run the following command from the command line of our project. ng generate component home --standalone --inline -template. ng generate component will instruct the Angular CLI to create a component for us, followed by the home, which is the name of our component. Next, we include some configuration by specifying flags. We include --standalone to make it a standalone component. Standalone components are Angular's new component style that reduce complexity and add some other cool features. Because the template code is going to be minimal, we'll also include --inline -template. This results in less files for us to manage. Since we aren't focusing on the styles in this course, we'll keep the styles in a separate file. Let's run this command to create our new component. The output of the command confirms which files have been created and where they are located in the project. Let's update app.component.ts to reference our new component in the template. First, we'll add a section element as a sibling to the header element. We'll give the section element the class content. As a child of the section element, let's add our component app-home. Our components use the app- prefix. This can be configured in your application if this is something that you'd like to change. For us, this is fine, and let's save the changes and review the updates in the browser. The code editor may have an error here. That's because the main application component, app component, needs to know about our new home component. To fix this issue, we'll add a new property to the component decorator metadata for app component called imports. The imports property lets us list the dependencies for the component. Since we want to use home component in the template, it's a dependency now. First, let's add a file level import for home component at the top of app.component.ts. Import home component wrapped in curly braces from ./home/home.component. Next, in the component decorator metadata, add a property called imports. Set the value to be an array containing home component as the singular entry.
Wait a second. Does this already
Save
exist?
all your
Okay. But no, wait. Oops. That home component. Okay, wait. Would I have to do that? Wait. Sorry. Wait. No, I don't have to do that because I'm already doing it in the other Children components.
Your changes. Then in the browser, the rendered page has our header and the text home works. Great. We've created a new component and incorporated it into our application. Wonderful work. You are doing great and I'm proud of you. There are a few more steps to complete before we're done with this part, so let's get back to it. Our next step is to update the template of home component to contain the HTML markup for the search bar and results.
It's just so different.
In home.component.ts, let's add the following code to the template section of the component decorator metadata. Add a section element with a form as a child. Now the form has two children, an input with the type set to text and the placeholder attribute set to the string, filter by city, and a button with the type attribute set to button and the class set to primary. As for the button label, set it to search. Next, as a sibling to the section element, we'll add another section, but this one will have the class results. In just a few moments, we'll add our housing locations to the results section, but first, let's save this and review the output in the browser. Fantastic, we have our search and our button. Let's keep going because there's still more cool stuff we want to do in the app. Let's take care of the housing listing. Since we decided that it would be great to have a reusable component, let's make a new one. We'll run a similar command to the previous create component command. From the command line in your project, enter ng generate component housing location --standalone --inline template. All right, with that command run, we get a new component. In order to use this component, we have to import it and add it as a dependency of the home component. In home.component.ts, add a file level import for a housing location component. Import housing location component wrapped in curly braces from ..
Hold up. Am I doing this in... Let's go to my... I believe I have that. Cool. Or would I have to... Would I have to take that and put that in here? Nope. Nope. That was wrong. Oh well.
Housing-location / housing-location.component. Next, update.
Huh? Oh. Wait, I'm doing that in the wrong one. My bad. What? See? Give me a second. Let me watch the rest of the video before I talk. Hold up.
The imports array of the component decorator metadata to include a reference to housing and location component. Then in the template section of the same file, add the app-housing-location tag as a child of the results section element. Save your changes and will be greeted with a familiar output. In the browser, the text housing location works will be displayed beneath the search input and button. We have one more component to update, the housing location component. We want to display housing locations on the screen. But this is going to require a little more work, so let's save what we've done so far and we'll pick this one up in the next section. Great work so far, friends. I'll catch you in the next section.
Hold up. Okay, wait. Before I start this next video, I'd like to say that what I did makes sense, but it seems like an extra unnecessary step that I didn't have prior knowledge. This is an Angular problem, I feel like. This is part of the problem of why, when I was even newer than I am right now, I feel like there's hidden stuff in Angular that shouldn't be hidden, or it's like imports or certain ways of bringing in data that this right here, since it's called like common module, it should be already like a, I don't even know if it's called like a native feature, but like an inherent feature in a component, in a standalone component, in any component. I feel like common module, because it would be kind of implied that someone would be using something like this. And I don't even know if this is like a good way to do it, because someone would be pulling something from a database. But at least like hard-coded data, it makes sense why this would be inherent in every component. But, oh well, let me go back.
Hey, friends, welcome.
I did that thing again where like I talked about what's on my screen, but people can't see what's on my screen. But like, all in all, it may be in the documentation of it, but it's just one of those things that's like, this should be an inherent feature. But oh well.
Welcome back. So far, we've built out the base structure of our application, but we need a few more things.
Hold on.
One, we need to build out the structure for the housing component. Two, we need to make the component customizable so that we can dynamically create one component per housing location. Three, we need to dynamically display the housing locations. And finally, we need to add some styling to the application in order to make it render like the screenshots. We have some work to do, so let's get to it. Let's start in the housing-location.component.ts file and update the template property of the component metadata with the code needed for our component template. Let's start by adding a section element with the class listing. Next, we'll add 3 child elements.
Cool.
An image tag with the class listing-photo, an h2 tag with the class listing-heading, and a p element with the class listing-location. Now, let's save all of our changes. The browser will be updated, but we'll likely not find any new content. And that's because right now, the HTML doesn't have any content. The content that we need are the specific properties that make a housing location unique.
1 second. Wait, 1 second. Let me cook for a second. Let me look through this documentation and see if there's anything that alludes to like an NG4 or something. I have this, but I think there's something else. Oh, ng form. Sorry. ng. This is what I'm looking for. Okay. So it seems like I can import ng4 in here, and it's a part of Angular slash common, but this common module encapsulates ng4, ngIf, like a oh, basic Angular directives in pipes. Okay. Re-exporting by browser module, which is included automatically in the what? So when you create a new app with the CLI new command, okay, that kind of the first part made sense, but the second part, I feel like common module should already be like the browser module is, but okay. To use ng4, you have to do this. Define a block of HTML that determines how Angular renders a single item. Till it's all your items, assign the shorthand let blah of blah to ng4. Okay. Repeating a component view. To repeat a component element, apply ng4 to the selector. Oh. So really, I can, but where would my items sit? Because what this is saying is, I think what this is saying is, oh, wait, is that I can use, no, I can use ng4 in here, for all of my, let me try it. I don't know if I'm in chat, please. All right. Let me comment this. Let me comment this out. In here, I don't need that. Comment that out. It should result in showing nothing. Cool. Now, in here, and what's all this? ng. These seem like something that I need to figure out. For cards and oh, with how this is set up. Oh, let cards in. Let's see if I take this from here, would it apply? Oh, that's why I didn't do it. Cards in home cards? Oh, interesting. Now let me look at the rest of this. Okay. Reference a template input variable such as item in the following locations. host. Within the host element, descendants to access. Okay. And then passes. Yeah. I think this is something just that I need to study. Because this seems pretty. Okay. It seems like a lot. This seems like a lot. So I'm just gonna go back to what I had. Thank you. Take that back. Oh, also take that back. What just happened? Take that back. Now. Everything should be good. Everything should be populated. Cool. Now, let me bring this back.
Let's sort that part out now. We've created 3 elements in the template. A place for the listing photo, the listing heading text, and the listing location. It would be great to be able to pass data to this component that contained the values that we need. Fortunately, there is a feature in Angular that allows us to do just that: input properties. Angular components can receive data through a feature called input properties. Now, the next question is, how should that data be configured? Let's review the data we can expect to receive that describes a housing location. Each location will have an ID, name, city, state, photo, number of available units, a Boolean value for whether or not it has Wi-Fi, and another Boolean value for whether or not it has laundry.
Oh, wait. So it seems as though... Wait. So it seems as though... What I did was I know I keep on stopping, but hold up. What I did, I didn't think that I could I want this card thing to repeat itself even for things like this, for this home one, for this main one right here. I ended up making a different component altogether just for this. But I think, here's what I can do. The fact that it holds Boolean variables, I think that, let me cook. Here's what I'm gonna do. Wait. This is what it... I'm not there yet. I could do an ng if, but I'm not there yet as far as like figuring out what it does. But theoretically, wait, I'm adding that back. I'm adding this back, and I'm gonna let that sit. I can't let that sit like that. Fine. I'm gonna let it sit like this, but eventually I want to get all of these examples into one component. And whether if it's the main card or these different cards, I want it to sit in one component, if that's even possible. But if someone is like knowledgeable in Angular, let me know if this is like a stupid idea or not. But yeah, I just like having all. Never mind. Never. I just like having all of like this stuff reusable. And yeah, hold it.
On the landing page of the application, we'll only display the name, city, and state. These are the three properties we want to use in our component. We want our component to accept housing location data in this specific.
Thanks for coming. Try something, Dev. Thank you. But yeah, it's a different beast, and I think I like it. I don't know. I like it. This is a learning curve.
Format. Now, this is a job for a type. Types help us to know what to expect from data that we encounter. We can create a new type that represents our data. We'll create an interface to use in our application. Now, an interface is a contract between us and the data. The interface tells us that we can expect the data to follow the structure defined by the interface. We can also consider it to shape our data. From the command line, run ng generate interface housing location. Use a capital L for location. We use the Angular CLI here again with the generate command, and we instruct it to create an interface called housing location. In housing location.ts, update the interface to have the following properties that describe our data: ID of type number, name of type string, city of type string, state of type string, photo of type string, available units of type number, Wi-Fi of type Boolean, laundry of type Boolean.
If they're doing it this way, then I understand. Or I think my way of doing this main card is the right way to do things because it follows a different layout of what this is. All this is doing is just this. But this is something entirely different. And I don't think it's in the best interest of like the complexity of the code to have this be like a Boolean if else kind of thing. I think it may just be better to have it sit in a main card, even though the naming may be trash, but yeah.
Save this file and we'll move on.
I may adopt this interface stuff whenever it comes to this card right here. Yeah.
On to the next place in the code where we'll make updates. Now we have the pieces to put everything together. We'll use input properties to pass data into our component and use the interface to let the component know what type of data to expect. You can mark a component property with the input decorator, and this tells Angular that the property can be set in a template. In housing-location.component.ts, we need to update the imports to include input from Angular/core. We also need to import housing location, wrapped in curly braces, again, from /housing location. Next, in the body of housing location component class, we'll add a new property called housing location, lowercase h, capital L, of type housing location, capital H, capital L. We're going to add one more change here. We want to prefix.
So this is called an input of housing location, but it expects a type of the housing location interface. I think.
Fix the housing location property with the input decorator to make it an input property. Remember, the decorator requires the @ symbol before the decorator name and parentheses afterwards. When you save this code, the editor may display an error for the housing location property. Well, that's because as an input, we're expecting the value to be passed in, so we haven't initialized it. In this case, we know that the value will be passed in. So we'll update the property to have an exclamation point after the property name. The exclamation point is called the non-null assertion operator, and it tells TypeScript compiler that the value of this property won't be null or undefined. All right, now our component has an input property named housing location that we can work with. In the component decorator metadata, let's update the...
I don't know if I can use that with a Firebase, like a Firestore situation. Because on first render, at least in React, it's null, and then you have to use a use effect, but maybe the hydration works different, or the population of the data works differently in Angular.
template property to access the properties that we need to display. The image tag needs a source attribute to display an image. Let's add one now. Source equal quote housing location dot photo quote. Make sure that the housing location property is camel case. Now there's one slight change to make here. As is, the template treats the value of the source attribute as a string with the value housing location dot photo. To resolve that, we need to use another feature of Angular called property binding. Property binding allows us to tell Angular that the value in quotes should be an actual property from the component class.
What, brackets?
To enable property binding, we'll wrap the source attribute in square brackets. Because this is an image, we should be mindful to add an alt text for screen readers and other assistive technologies. Alt equals quote exterior photo of double open curly brace housing location dot name double close curly brace. Okay, let me explain what we just did.
Okay.
The double curly braces are used for Angular's interpolation syntax. We can use that to mix in values and expressions into strings in our templates. When this gets rendered to the screen, the value will be a string that reads exterior photo of ABC or whatever the name of the housing location is. We can use this all over templates. It's a great tool to have in our toolbox. So let's do more interpolation. Let's update the content of the H2 to be
Braces.
double open curly braces, housing location dot name double close curly braces.
Okay.
Also update the content of the P tag to be double open curly braces, housing location dot city double close curly braces, comma space,
State.
double open curly braces, housing location dot state double close curly braces. We can be creative with interpolation to create the display that we want with our templates. The housing location component now accepts an input that we can use to customize the component. The next step is to work with the list of locations. Considering that, let's add our list. In home.component.ts, let's import housing location from / housing location. Then we're going to add a new property to the home component class called housing location list of type housing location array. And we're going to assign it to be an empty array. Now we're going to copy and paste the array entries from GitHub for this project. Head to goo.gle/homes-app-listings. This URL will take you to code on GitHub that contains all the entries required. In home.component.
What? Fine.
.ts, replace the empty array value for the housing location list property with the data from the entries you just copied. The results section is where we want to iterate over the entries of the housing location list and display a housing location component for each entry. In JavaScript, whenever we want to iterate over an array, we use something like a for loop. That's the same idea we want here. We want something like a for loop. In Angular, there's a syntax we can use to accomplish this goal. It's called the ng-for directive. Angular directives allow us to add additional functionality to elements and components. Now, we're going to add the ng-for directive to the housing location component. Update the app-housing-location tag to include the following. Asterisk ng-for equals quotes let housing location of housing location list quote. The code within the quotes is called Angular template syntax. It creates a template variable called housing location, which represents an entry from the housing location list. The next step is to pass the housing location data to the housing-location components using the inputs from the components. Update the app-housing-location component to include opening square bracket, housing location, closing square bracket equals quote
It's doing that template thing that I was looking at. Okay.
housing location quote. Remember, this should be a separate attribute on the app-housing-location component tag and not a part of the ng-for.
Okay.
Save your progress and check the browser. We have data being displayed. This is fantastic progress so far. But I'm sure you've noticed that the UI could use some updating to match the UI that we started with. The housing location images are too big and the items are not listed in a grid. Because we're focusing on Angular and not CSS, I'm going to provide you with all of the style updates you need to make to the code at this URL, goo.gle/homes-app-styles. Each update will be listed with instructions and you can copy and paste the changes from there into your application. All right, with the styles applied, save all files. Check the browser and you should find that our application matches the original design. Great job, friends. Really fantastic work. In this module, we've done a lot, so let's recap. We built the structure for our housing component. We made the component customizable with the use of inputs so that we could display each component with the correct data. We updated the template to use the ng-for directive in order to iterate over the housing location array to display each location. And finally, we added some styling to the application to make it render like the screenshots. Okay, that is some really, really great work. You should be very proud of yourself. And in the next section, we'll update the app to support routing. Very exciting. And I'll catch you in the next chapter.
I mean, look, that was literally where I was going next, like mentally. I was like, all right, I have all of this being displayed. And now, at least for the home screen, I need to worry about this routing to at least show, like, when I click on a buy, like on one of these, at least like show the name of it. Like, I don't know, at least like show the path name, but also to house the what is this called? This in here and have this live inside of here. Because I think that this is wrong. I think the way that I'm doing this is wrong. Even though it's like showing stuff, I still need to do it the right way. So, yeah.
Application is coming along and we're ready for the next step, routing. Routing is our way of navigating between components, which represent our pages. It's the same as when you visit a website and click on a link and are navigated to a different page. To accomplish this in Angular, we will use the Angular router. If a user of the Homes application wants to investigate a given property, they need a way to find out more details. We'll create a details component and we'll add routing support so that users can navigate to that new component. We need to configure the application to support
Never mind.
routing and route to this component. During setup, we could have included routing in some of this configuration automatically, but I thought it would be more fun for us to add it ourselves. To start things off, we need to enable routing in the application. In main.ts, import provide router, wrapped in curly braces, from @angular/router. The provide router function sets up
Okay. Okay. Okay.
the required functionality for our app to support routing. As a second parameter to Bootstrap application, add a JavaScript literal with one property called providers.
Okay. I guess I'll delete this. Bet.
Set the provider's property value to be an array. Then, as an entry to the array, add a call to the provide router function while passing in an empty array as a parameter. This empty array represents our application routes.
Okay.
Routes define which paths link to components in the application. We haven't defined any routes just yet. We're going to take care of that and then return here to replace this array.
Okay.
To create the routes, we'll first start by creating a file under source/app called routes.ts. Open routes.ts and let's update it by adding the following. Import route.
Am I not looking hard enough? There's server. But there's routes in here. Did they do the work for me already? Because I may not follow this one because it's an older version of Angular. I'm gonna try my luck with the documentation. It's probably what I'm gonna do. If not, I can always come back to this. But let's try it. Routing. Right here. Okay. Common routing tasks. Overview. In a single page app, you can change what the users see, blah, 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 blah. The router enables a key. Okay. Many of common tasks associated. Oh. Okay. What does this deal with the router outlet? Oh. Adding components for routing to use the Angular router. To create a component using the CLI, enter the following at the command line, where first is the name, second. Okay. Import them into rat. Oh, okay. Wait. So really, what I can do is home and what else is there? Home. Let's do contact. So where would I put all this at? I'll just use the CLI to do this. ng component home. Oh, snap. Already did that. I can just import this. Home. Let's hope this works. Home. Component. Boom. Now in here I can do ng component contact form. Nah, let's just do contact. Have that happen. Contact. Boom. All right. We should be good now. Okay. Define a basic route. Import the routes into the app.config.typescript and add it to the where are we? Huh? I already did that, right? Right here. It does it for me? The following is the default application config. Oh. Yikes. I don't want to go there. I think this is already done. Import the routes. Okay. Just double check. I'm going with this. I'm double checking it to see if anything's off, but it's correct. The only thing is in here. Lawn people, I'm sorry. In here it has provide client hydration, so there's that, but I don't know what that does. This step automatically, so I can just go back to here. It's right here. Okay. Path. We can do this. I hope. Let's do that. Which component? Oh, this is the router. This is not that. This is. Uh-oh. Where is it? Where are you? This is this. This. Okay, I think I can go ahead and delete that. I hope. But let's see. Add your routes. Now that you have defined your route, add them to your application. first add links to the two components. Or, but how does that? I can do this. I can try this. Now, I need to make these. An order list. UL. I mean, oops. Yeah, I'm getting faster at that. Okay. Yes, I am making a. Hopefully, I didn't respond too late. Hope you're still here. But yes, I'm making a Bible app, and I'm trying my best to learn Angular. But in me making a Bible app, I don't like. This is your first message, and thank you for watching. While making this, I don't want to push any beliefs on anybody. If it isn't your flavor, it isn't your flavor. But it's kind of like a personal thing for me. I just want to build my faith, but also get better as a programmer, as a web developer. So, kind of killing two birds with one stone with this, but it's just for funsies. If someone wants to use this, they can. But yeah, I'm not guaranteeing that this is gonna be a good product at the end of this. So let's just keep on trying. What's the difference between web development and programming? Kind of the same thing. I mean, okay, programming is like, okay, to put into perspective, programming is this. Thank you. Programming is this router outlet. So imagine a big circle. And that big circle, that's what programming is. So in that big circle, there's... Wait. Isn't there like an app that I can use to like draw stuff? Drawing... Sketchpad? Hold on. Hopefully this works. Give me a second. Y'all can't see that. Give me a second. Oh, nah. Okay. Yes. And how can I thicken this up? There we go. Woo, yeah, there we go. Okay. Imagine this big circle. Imagine that that's a circle. And in here, this is called programming. Okay. In that, there's web development. There's app development. What else? I don't know if Dev is still here, so he can help me out. What kind of other development is there? Sorry if I'm drawing a blank. Game, thank you. Game development, so on and so forth. There's all this stuff. So, in this is my area of expertise, but you can say that I can say that I'm a programmer, but that doesn't mean that I'm an app developer or a game developer. I'm only a web developer. So it's more accurate to call myself a web developer rather than call myself a programmer. Even though I kind of call myself a programmer just to simplify things. But it's the correct description for me, because I only know web development, is to call myself a web developer. Technically, yes, I'm a programmer, but I specialize in web development. And I'm saying that because it seems like you're new, Gamer Life, and I don't want you to like stumble onto Twitter and call yourself a programmer, or call yourself, well, I'm trying to defend you. I don't want you to stumble onto Twitter and call yourself one thing, and then everyone piles onto you, because that's a thing, and they will do that. So, yeah. Even though I don't use Twitter, I know that they are mad all the time. So, I guess this is the correct verbiage, lingo to call what I am, to call myself what I am. I'm a web developer. Honestly, if you call the sky blue, they will argue it. So, yeah. Hopefully that's a good description of what I am and how I'm utilizing that to build this little app right here. What just happened? I guess because I'm doubling up on this, I can put this in here. Yes. Okay, cool. So, now that we're at this crossroads, I think, first off, before I go any further, thank you for joining. But it's gonna be a rocky road from here. So if you want to interact, you can, but learn from my mistakes. That's my best advice. Learn from my mistakes. This is gonna be an anchor tag. I wonder if they have router. Nope. Route. Nope. There we go. Cool. Even though. Okay. Sorry. Because I'm new to Angular, I'm not sure the fast way to do this. I'm kind of poking my way through this, but this should say contact. I don't know if I have to do like a / or not. I can do contact and just keep it simple for now. I can comment this out and come back to it later. Thanks for explaining that. I'm interested in making a calendar schedule app for myself for learning purposes. I downloaded. Oh, are you asking me if that's the right thing to do? I believe that is the right thing to do, because there's one of my viewers, Mr. Chicken. He uses Kotlin. He loves Kotlin, and I believe. Yeah, Kotlin is the name. It's the programming language. He uses Kotlin, but not for app development. You can use it for different things. He's using it, I think, for like a back-end language. But in my experience, I know Kotlin as an app development language. So I think you're in good hands. I think you're on the right path. Even though I don't have that much expertise in that, it seems like you're on the right path. So, yeah. But, how big do you want the app to be? Just like a simple something to get yourself started? There's this. How long have you been doing web development? I started. Here's my journey. I was working at also, I forgot to even mention, I got a job. I'm moving to Houston pretty soon, in like the next month. I'm going back into my old industry, but prior to me going to college for a degree, a technical degree, um, I was a thermoforming operator, and it's a warehousing job. Nothing to really write home about. But I did that full time while also going to school full time, and I went to school for uh, to be a programmer. It says programmer on my certificate, but or on my diploma, whatever you want to call it, on there, and I started there in 2020. I started there in 2020, and I graduated in May of 2022. Yeah. So ever since then, I've been freelance web developing on the side, but I quit my thermoforming operator job in June of last year. And ever since then, I've been a freelance web developer. But I think I'm gonna go back into my old industry just because the junior entry level job market seems so like in the dumpster. So I might as well, build more experience in that. So, or in my old industry, because it's like a uphill battle um to try to make people give you the time of day for an interview or to even look your way whenever you have like no in the field experience when going for a job. And the job that I'm going to right now, they sought me out because I have over 5 years of experience in my field. So I'm really seeing the difference between like when people see stuff on your resume, like a long history of work experience on your resume. But like in my opinion, like it's hard to like really come to grips with because I I view freelance web development as just as good as experience as like someone else that has like however long, a year, 2 years at a company, because I basically ran my own company, but recruiters and companies don't see it that way. So just a tidbit of advice. You're probably, if you're an adult or whatever, you probably just want to transition in your current industry into a technical role in that industry and pivot from there into a fully fledged like tech company. I think that's the easiest way. So maybe that was long winded, but since 2020, I've been programming, web developing, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, maybe that was long winded, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, let me. This should work. This should work. I don't know why it doesn't. Wait. Oh, that's why. My bad. And are you just now starting out programming in gamer life? Wait. There we go. It's not like routering. It's not becoming an anchor tag, and that's confusing to me. How would I do this? Oh, snap. That's probably what I should do. Home. Let's try that. Let's take this. put it right here. Right here. And right there. Oh. Now that I'm like done doing videos, I can go ahead and play this. Just like calm my brain. Hopefully y'all don't hear like any outside noises anymore. I think they're done. And watch, as soon as I say that, they're gonna start back up, but start up some even louder stuff. Where are we? Where are we? Okay. And just as I said that, they started it back up. Ugh. Living in the city is so hard. Okay. Fixing some stuff. Cool. I'm struggling with. You also need to add of why. I'm struggling with why this isn't already sending me to other pages if I click on it. But let me read some more. Maybe I need to import some other stuff. You also need the blah 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 to the import of the. Okay. So I can do all this. Router. Let me find it. I don't need that. I already have it. I don't need that. Let's check. Nothing's broken. It's called router link. Router link. Both of those. Import both of those. Hopefully nothing breaks. Cool. Okay. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, it doesn't work. Wait. Huh? Oh. That's my bad. So I should take this out. Make it that. I'm a programmer. Hooray. Yes, I am just starting. Oh! Can y'all see that? What's wrong with the chat? Something happened with the chat. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what you said? I don't know why it's not working. Hopefully everyone in Twitch can see it. I'm gonna try it. Oh, that's why. Okay, it's just a lot. So I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it. It's not any fault of yours, but it's the fault of the software that I'm using. So you're perfectly fine. I'm gonna read it. The chat probably looks like trash now, but yes, I am just starting. I used to work in construction, but I had enough of it during COVID. I have been working for myself. No. Well, technically, but I enjoy reading it. You're fine. So far, thank you for being a blue collar worker. Thank you. You're important and you're vital in the workforce. So yeah, and I can probably relate to you because yeah. Texas life. Anyways, so but I had enough of it during COVID. I have been working for myself for over a year now, flipping items, just surviving, but I have more free time. Figured I'd learn how to do some sort of programming in my free time, potentially build customers as a freelancer in the upcoming years. Yeah, basically I think we have the same journey. It's just like you're earlier in your journey. I'm a freelance web developer, and I had enough of my job, and I just built up clients over the past like 8 months now, and it's been pretty well. It's a matter of same. I built my first PC. This is my first PC. I built my first PC whenever I was like a sophomore in high school, and that was in I'll say like 2012. 2012. So yeah, back when GPUs were cheap, or cheaper than they are now. Back when Nvidia wasn't a top 5 company in the world, but I kick myself every day. Oh, I kick myself every day. But but regardless, I think that we have a lot in common. It is a matter of I've pulled the trigger already, and I say that to say that it is very, very possible for you to make a living as a freelance web developer or app developer, whichever you choose. It's very possible. So you're on the right path, and hopefully, your mental health is better because of it. Because I understand the industry that you're in, because mine is kind of like adjacent to yours. So hopefully, your mental health is in a better place. And I'm really not like a mental health kind of person. I'm not like woo woo like that, but I understand firsthand how it is. So I hope you're in a better place, man. Hope you're better because of it. So, and things are looking up in the job market. If you ever do want to go full time with it, I think things are coming together, because I see more and more people getting hired in the tech industry. It's just, I think I'm not good enough for it just yet. So even though I'm building full stack apps, but so I have all this set up. That's good. I think reading the documentation helped a lot. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised how well it went. Reading documentation previously was like such a struggle because it never really like lined up with what was current, but this was great. Everything that I have here is solid. Now all I have to do is just worry about I can close this. All I have to worry about is going to my app .routes.typescript. I can close this as well. And what else? I think that's it. All I have to worry about is this. That's all I have to worry about. Whenever I make new components. Yeah, because that's in the routes. That's so cool that it comes like native to Angular. Like I don't have to download any npm files. That's so cool. Because in React, I would have had to download like React Router. That's so cool. Put that in there and then just make a new list item. I'm gonna keep these commented out. Okay. Let me read on and see if I'm missing anything else. Oh, I need a 404 page too. The order of routes is important because the router uses the first match win strategy when matching routes. So more specific routes should be placed above less specific routes. Okay, so say for example if I have like a drop down. Does this cover sub routes? Please.
This site uses cookies for Google to deliver. Get my cookies fine. Oh, y'all can't see that. It was in the bottom right. Nesting routes. That's probably what I would need. Even though I'm not sure it would be, I would nest routes in the game section, but that's far down the line. But yeah, I wouldn't have to worry about that too much. Often as a user navigates your application, you want to pass information from component to another. Wait, I forgot to say, Gamer Life, if you're still here, if you don't want to, you don't have to, but I do have a Discord, like, if you want to, like, join more of the community or something, even though it isn't a big community. I'm not a big streamer, but, we can chop it up over there. I normally, like, don't say it, cause like I forget. I'm not a good streamer. Like, I feel like, I don't know. It's weird to be like, hey, like, join this, but yeah. We don't really do it too much over there. It's pretty chill. So yeah. Often as a user navigates your application, you want to pass information from one component to another. For example, consider... In 9 minutes, I'm getting coffee. For example, consider your application that displays a shopping list of grocery items. For each item in the list... each item in the list has a unique ID. To edit an item, users click an edit button, which opens an edit. Okay. Oh, I think that this would include, like, how can I say it? Like, if there's multiple modals, like if there's listings like this that they showed, I think this would handle that. To modify, okay. You want that component to retrieve the ID for the grocery item so it can display the right information to the user. Correct. Yeah, that's doing, okay. Ooh, that would be awesome. For like scalability. Oh my god. This whole like coming with a router already pre-installed. This is great. Chef's kiss. Anyways. Hey. Hello. Add the component. I'm not really here yet, so I don't know how. This would be better in my in this app that I have. This would be better here rather than here, because I'm not really using any of that in here. I'll be using it here because these have their own URLs and stuff. So say for example, if I wanted to do this, it would send me the right data. I don't have that in here. So I mean, since I'm on my salesman stuff, you know what I'm saying, I also have this app for note taking, but it is kind of under construction, or is going to be under construction pretty soon after I build this app. So if you want to test it out, cool, but after I build this, I'm going straight to here. And it's going to be so fun. But, oh. Okay, exit that out. I'm going to go to the display 404 page. To display a 404, set up a wildcard route. Oh. My ankle. A well-functioning application should gracefully handle when users attempt to navigate to a part of your app that does not exist. To add this functionality to your application, you should set up a wildcard route. The Angular router selects this route anytime the requested URL doesn't match any router paths. For all of my applications that I build or this Bible app, I want to have a mobile app variant. And this morning I figured out that I can use Ionic to build mobile apps with Angular. Prior to that, I thought that I would have to use React Native to make it like cross-platform and not have to do too much like logic work or whatever. But I'm kind of weighing my options. But after I get both of these apps to the state that I want them, I would like to make a mobile app variant for both of them. I just haven't gotten there yet, and I'm not a mobile app developer, so it would take a lot of time to learn that. So I plan on doing this by the end of the year to make both of these apps mature enough to justify making a mobile app for both of them. These are gonna be basically like my two like capstone apps, my two big apps. So yeah. Oh, and let me say this. If you don't like the Optinote one, I'm basing it off of what? Oh, I'm basing it off, I almost forgot the name of it. I'm basing it off of this app that Google made. Granted, I built my Optinote app before this ever came out, but my vision for my Optinote app was this. It's just that Google is like bigger and faster and they can do more things than me. So yeah, I'm basing it off of this now. So if you want to test out what the app is going to be like, go to notebooklm.google.com, try that out, and I'm probably gonna make this better than this. So, because Google doesn't like really keep their products around. So yeah. To add this functionality, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me add that. Which can define what would that be like? Like, if I go to Amazon and just type in random stuff, what would, let me show y'all. Like, this is this. If I just type in random stuff, okay, they have their own component. Okay, so I'm making my own component and fleshing that out. For more detail on why order matters for routes. Okay. Let me go in here. Also, Gamer Life, just to like keep you up to speed. I know I'm talking a lot, but just to keep you up to speed, if you ever see anything that looks ugly or stupid or anything like that, let me know. All feedback is valuable feedback. So yeah, component. I haven't made that yet. Hold up. ng g component. I don't know if I can name this. I can. Awesome. Component. 404 component. Can I not have numbers? I don't know if I can have numbers or not. Why is this wrong, though? Oh, man. I can't see. Everything is just so bright. Outside. Let's name it something different then. Let's name it something different. Since. Throw that in the trash. NGG. Component. Let's just go with what they said. Is it a capitalized? Yes. Page not found. Okay. So in here. Cool. Page not found. But I would like to use this card in here. It wouldn't be card verse. This is hard. I think that does it. So like say for example, I do okay. Cool. What can I do? Next on this thing, I won't be using any of these. Okay. I think I'm done with this. Now, I think to round this stream off, I'm going to fix. Oh, I need to make a header. I need to make a header. Whoa. Just take
that out. Let's take that out. Let's call this the head. Oh, no I don't. No I don't. All I need to do is just app.css nav oh. Should be good. Should be cool. Do I do this? Do I text decoration underline? No. That was horrible. Oh. No. No. Man. Oh, what I can do. Border. Bottom. Transparent, no. Why? Bet. Wait. Yep. That looks decent. Now for anyone that is active, try that padding. Let's see what it looks like. Too much. For any header net. Oh well. Active. Active. Oh. That's not how that works. Let's see. So if it has a class of active, and that's under A. Let's see what that would look like. What does that hierarchy look like? Oh, okay. Header nav a dot. What does this look like? Sorry. Active. Have that have a border bottom up. Okay. Okay. What? How's that always active? What? Take it all.
Mm. I think that's it. Let's take these out then. Because they're not going to do it. Man. Okay. That's never turned off though. How would I make it so that it turns off? Or do that? Uh-huh. Sorry. What did you do? No, it doesn't work. It's fine. Okay. Okay. How come this doesn't go away? Mm. Oh, it's just children. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Using relative paths. I don't know what to do. What? So somewhere off in here. Oh, this is a completely different thing. Cool. Okay. Crisis list.
heroes list. Okay. This does nothing for me. This does nothing for me. Or Hey Pixel, how you doing? Sorry, I said that I was gonna go get coffee, but like I'm still reading through this documentation. I really like reading through this documentation for some reason. And congratulations on Diamond. Congratulations. Hopefully no more TFT for the next 2 weeks. 12 days. Wait, I think it's like 10 days now. I hope the studying is going well. Hey. Oh, dang. Wait, they reached out to you for 2 different roles? This time is 1 hour interview with 2 architects that will ask a whole lot of questions and give me a coding exercise. Oh, cool. That seems like it won't be too crazy. Hey, if it works, it works. I mean, you landed the interview, so now it's just a matter of performing, which you can and you will. So I'm so excited for you. Pretty soon, no more stress, or at least less stress. Pretty soon. What does this do? Cool and cool. Why doesn't this work? Or how about just that? It never goes away. I'm not sure how I will proceed even if I pass the interview. Problem with IBM is they asked me to be in the office 3 days a week. Wait, where's our office at? Well, it's on my company. It's not mandatory. True. True. The important part is just to like get to the point to where they send you an offer and then you can make your own choice.
whenever I do this, it isn't going away. Oh, snap. To your current office? How do you live so far away? That may be like a regular thing in Europe. But in like America, it's crazy to live an hour and a half away from where you work. That's insane. Also, I read that they don't offer medical insurance and mine does. Wait, IBM doesn't offer medical insurance? Huh? What reason would they have to not do that? And it's 2024. Like, what? You navigate away from it. You can use with the exact true option that will ensure that the active class is only applied when we can try this. Did something break? Awesome. It's not that bad. It is just poorly communicated. If I had a car here, it would take me around 30 minutes, but I don't want to drive on the other side of the road. It's crazy and expensive to park and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Dang. Life in Europe is so much different. Dang. Because Americans, like, we heavily rely on our cars and stuff. Wait, what's your means of transportation then? Train? Then there is the good side. If I work for IBM for a couple of years, after working on my company for a couple of years, my look crazy, and I should be able to find a job anywhere I want. Yeah, it's a matter. Yeah, it's just a matter of putting that time in. Oh, huh, huh. Dang. What can I do about this? It's such a stark difference that what if I Ooh. What if I take... What is this? Show colors. What is this? Okay. And also, let's make it 4. Let's make it 4. Okay. 3. That's cool. That's cool. Hopefully it isn't stressful. Hopefully it isn't stressful. That's good. That's good. Well, I think I'm gonna head off for now. Eat, rest up a little bit, and I should be back at my normal time. The plan is starting with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and finish at some point with a whole app developed somewhere. Oh, for the oh, yeah. Thanks, Dev. Thank you. My thing is messed up. My Twitch is messing up, and I hope I'm not lagging for y'all. But we'll see. We'll see later. We'll see later. Like I said, 5 p.m. CST, and I'll see y'all later. Thanks for joining. But yeah, later.